Hello everyone, this is Jerry and welcome back to part 5 of this mini-series for ESO's Markarth chapter. Today we will be working our way through Valthume to check on Lady Belaine and see whatever mischief she's up to. Seeing as she's a vampire and all. Can't be good, I'm sure. Alright. I see that there's already a legion of vampires and werewolves here, so guess I shouldn't be surprised. Looks like she is this way. Okay. Calm down, dog. Let's see.
Do not be concerned, Rada Al-Saran. Your plan proceeds. Kadek hangs on my every word, and soon Reach folk will fill Markarth like a larder.
Great.
Excellent. With Markarth prepared, we need only claim the Arctzan Keystone.
I'll make inquiries. Just remember our arrangement. Like you, I hate to be disappointed.
You there, in the shadows. You can't hide from the Ashen Lord. Follow me, if you dare.
Yeah, we've already met Radal Saran. I'm sure you're up to your usual mischief, probably gonna get all the people into Markarth just to perform a ritual to kill them all. Or turn them all, I
You actually
guess.
followed. There's fire in your veins, I'll give you that. Very well. You may speak to me. You, the thorn that caused me no small amount of irritation and solitude. You thought yourself so clever, so stealthy spying on me from the shadows. But the darkness answers to me. Why have you come to this forsaken barrow?
Why have you brought the Grey Host to the Reach?
You stand before Rada al-Saran and seek to understand his purpose. Better a torchbug try to comprehend the secrets of alchemy, or a mudcrab the intricacies of necromancy. These events began millennia before your birth. They concern you not at all.
We're going to stop you.
Who is this we you speak of? Certainly not the Reach folk. No, there is someone else. I see them, lurking in your thoughts. An ally, almost as ancient as I am. They're desperate to forestall the coming night. Tell me, who is this person?
I don't have to tell you anything.
And I don't have to resist the urge to rip out your throat and gorge on your blood. But we are civilized beings, exchanging pleasantries in this humble setting. Perhaps we can come to some sort of arrangement. A tip for a tap, as it were.
What kind of arrangement are you talking about?
I propose a simple arrangement. A truth for a truth. Ask a question. I will answer honestly, then I will ask a question in turn. A fair compromise, don't you agree?
Alright, I'll play your game.
Excellent. Then by all means, ask your first question.
What's Lady Belaine's role in this?
Lady Belaine is an ally of convenience. Her interests and my design are selfish and predictably narrow. Do you seek to supplant her in Cadoc's court? I recommend against that, for it will not go well for you.
I don't take kindly to threats.
A threat implies only the possibility of punishment. I do not threaten. Belaine has Cadoc's ear. If he takes your side, she kills him and chaos descends on Markarth. If he stands by Belaine, you will be executed. Neither outcome benefits you.
If I fall, others will stop you.
Others? Who? Reach folk? The witch Arana? Your mysterious ally? I am unconcerned. Now, for my question. This ally that hides behind your eyes, does he seek to protect the world by going against his own kind?
Yes.
Of course he does. Thank you for your honesty. Now, do you have anything else to ask?
What do you have planned for the Reach?
I have no interest in conquering the Reach. I came here to make use of something very old, very powerful. The Reach has the misfortune to be located directly above it. Many of these mortals will die, not because I want them to, but because they must.
Killing people just to use something is insane.
Not when your purpose is worthy. I do what I do for love. My turn. Your ally, are they a high elf?
Yes.
Your honesty does you credit. Thank you. Do you have another question?
Where did you come from?
That is a complicated question. A being as old as I can claim many origins. This flesh was born on the distant isles of Yokuda. This spirit was forged on the bloody shores of Hammerfell. This purpose, it grew from love and necessity.
You're a Yokudan.
That word holds little meaning for me now. But yes, in my youth I dedicated my life to perfection. In art, perfection. In love, perfection. In war, especially in war, perfection. To attain glory in Yokuda, nothing less would do.
Perfection is impossible to attain.
Is it? Beyond the Sea of Pearls, peerless sword masters were as common as grains of sand. Even the grandest victories felt commonplace. In a land of heroes, how can anyone claim to be exceptional?
Someone who is perfect can.
Precisely. After the conquest of Hammerfell, I wandered in search of new challenges. I found only one. Lecky, daughter to Rutger and master of the sword. We fought for 3 grueling days, without pause for rest or nourishment.
A great victory, I'm sure.
But I didn't win. I didn't lose either. I could not accept a draw, however. The cold reality of my imperfection. That resentment drove me to Moloch Ball. It took the patient wisdom of a friend to break perfection's hold on me. Now, your turn.
Ask your question.
Your ally, are they a vampire?
Yes.
Interesting. A picture begins to emerge. Do you have anything else to ask?
I have nothing more to say to you.
As you wish. Know that this level of cordiality will not be repeated. And this is not a threat. If you continue to meddle in my affairs, I will take far more than your life. On that, you have my word.
I'm sure. Well, I didn't have to be honest with him, but I feel like he would have found out anyways about Count Verandis, so might as well just tell him.
Sometimes I like to lick the blood off my blades.
Well, that's a little bit crazy, but hey. You do you, Miss Vampire. So we'll have to speak to the art again. So we'll head back over to Markarth. See what he has to say. I kinda want to snitch on Belaine, but at the same time, I don't know if that would be recommended. Because, you know, as Radal Saran said, he could either believe me and end up dead because Belaine kills him, or he could not believe me and just have me executed, so I don't know. Of course, I also don't know if snitching her out is even an option in the dialogue, but hey, it's a thought. I'm glad to see that long loading screens for cities follow me even into ESO. But I kind of feel like that's with any game that has a city. A lot of things to load in, and especially more so if you're playing a modded game, so even more things to load in that shouldn't necessarily be there vanilla-wise. Alright. Wonder if that cavern in the keep is still here. Looks like it. Huh. Although it looks a lot nicer and I don't know, pristine? 'Cause I'm pretty sure in the in Skyrim that this is like just cliff rock, I guess. Not all Dwemer stone or whatever. Hmm. Interesting. Thinking about it though, I'm not too sure if I remember the Reach being connected to Black Reach, but I could be wrong on that.
Welcome back, my friend. Tell me what you learned. Your arrival is fortuitous, as I have only just returned myself. Were you able to make contact with the rebels? Did you meet with Arana?
Yes, I also learned that Lady Belaine is a vampire. She's in league with the Grey
I
Host.
sensed some deception, but her illusion is powerful. How else did she hide her nature from me? As for Arana, do you think we can convince her and her rebels to join our cause?
Perhaps she sent me to spy on Belaine, and I wound up talking to the Grey Host leader Rada al-Saran.
You spoke to Rada. Did he... No matter. If Rada al-Siran is here, our time grows short. Talk to Kadak. If he deems what you tell him worthy, maybe he'll finally be willing to work with me. Then we can figure out how to deal with the Grey Host.
Alright, I'll talk to Ard Kadak.
It was only a matter of time before Rada and I crossed paths again. I just didn't think it would be this soon.
Tell me more about Rada al-Saran.
Rada al-Saran and I... we have a complicated history. There was a time when Rada and I stood united in purpose, to preserve the lives and welfare of vampires. Then, as now, our kin suffered under Molag Bol's curse, and the cruelty of mortal hunters.
You had some sort of falling out, I assume.
Not exactly. At least, not all at once. When I first met Rada, he was immensely proud but utterly consumed by his failures. He tried to find relief in bloodshed and battle, but he was truly lost. I did my best to help him.
Did it work?
Yes. His bloodlust gave way to introspection, and introspection led to study. He was already a peerless scholar. All Onse were, but he became fascinated with vampire texts. Eventually, he found a new purpose.
A new purpose.
Vampiric salvation. To accomplish this, he needed to break Molag Bol's hold over us and stop mortals from hunting us. I counseled peace with mortals, and for a while he agreed. But things changed, and I left the Grey Host. I thought he died with them.
I knew you were a part of the Grey Host, but you never told me why you joined them.
I sought to make the world a better place. I thought the Grey Council could help, but when it became the Grey Host, I formed the Raven Watch as an atonement for things I failed to do, friends I failed to save, from mortals and from themselves.
I see. Well,
Sentry Bodful sent word. The Grey Host is...
I'll hear no more of this. Go! I want to talk to the outsider.
kinda hoping you die too,
The
but hey.
outsider returns. But are you a true warrior? Or a parasite like these damned leeches? Did you do as Lady Belaine asked? Did you deal with Arana? Tell me you have her head in your pack. I've got a pike on the walls waiting to be decorated.
Yeah, well, apparently I do get to snitch on her. I found Arana, but I learned something else. Lady Belaine is working with the Grey Host.
That's not what you are asked to look into. Still, it confirms my own suspicions about my own keep witch. Don't look so surprised. I'm not half as stupid as people think, Rover.
If you suspected she was working with the Grey Host, why allow her to remain in your court?
Allow? I can count on 3 fingers the number of people I allow in Understone Keep. The rest, they come and go as they please. Let me tell you about the Ember Dance. It's a ceremony we perform here in the Reach. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
We grab a handful of hot coals and dance on a bit of straw. Ah, these coals burn, Rover, right to the bone. But if you drop even one, the straw lights, and the flames take all of you to Molag Ball. Do you see? Belaine's a hot coal. So I grip her tight.
Now that you know for sure, what are you going to do?
I'm going to sharpen my sword. And wait. If you and the Noble plan to fight the Grey Host, I won't stop you. But remember, Markarth is more than dwarven stones and high walls. It's strength. Make Arana understand that. That's how you can help.
I'll consider that. Have I done enough that you'll agree to talk to Count Verandis now?
Still begging? I should have the tongue ripped from your head and... God damn it, Rover. A favor for a favor, aye. That's the Reach way. All right, tell the Noble. Our Carrick will see him whenever he's ready.
I'll let Count Verandis know.
You think I'm foolish to keep Lady Belaine close, don't you? It takes a bit of foolishness to rule this place, don't you know? You tell this high elf of yours. I'll see him if he wants.
I have a few questions first. Why are you and Arana at odds?
Because I'm the Ard of Markarth, and she refuses to heed my commands. Look, every Reach warrior who dies fighting Arana's private war against the Grey Host makes all of us weaker. We need her strength, now, more than ever.
So you want me to convince her to bring her people into the city?
Markarth's the safest place right now. No matter how well Arana and her rebels know the hills. The vampires and the werewolves sniff them out. If she keeps getting my best fighters killed, I swear I'll hang her from the city walls by her own guts.
Why don't you think the Grey Host will attack Markarth?
We made a deal. We gather in the city and leave them free to find whatever bit of dwarven nonsense brought them to the Reach in the first place. Of course, Lady Belaine brokered that peace, so Now I suppose our bargain is suspect.
Then help us fight them.
The city walls are still our strongest play, Rover. Like headstones, they mark the thousands of enemies who died, trying to breach Markarth's defenses. We'll bide our time and wait for the Grey Host to show their true intentions. Then I'll act.
How did you become the despot of Markarth?
That's a title given to me by outsiders. I use it to frighten the neighbors and keep away the riffraff. I'm the Ard of Markarth. Leovic, the last Longhouse Emperor, was my cousin. I inherited the throne by blood. Had to keep it by blood, too.
What do you mean?
You ask more questions than my third wife. Leovic's clan, my clan, squabbled over the scraps after Varen murdered my cousin. Pretty soon, they came to take my city. So I bound their ankles and tossed them all to the rocks, head first.
You murdered your entire clan.
All that were left. Aye. And the word is executed, not murdered. An Ard offers food, freedom, and protection with his right hand. With his left, he promises cruelty and punishment. Those that covet the right get the left. Simple as that.
Is that when they gave you the title Despot of Markarth?
No. That story's far worse. And no, I won't be telling it this day.
Very well.
I've been watching, but Lady Belaine hasn't returned to Understone Keep yet. I wonder how the Ard plans to deal with her. Speaking of Ard Kadok, will he meet with me now? Will he help us stop Rada al-Saron and the Grey Host?
Ard Kadok will meet with you, but he wants to keep Belaine close for now.
Well, that's some progress, at least, and farther than I was able to get on my own. Thank you. I'll talk to Kadok, then I'd like to make contact with Arana. We'll need the rebels' help and more if we're going to defeat the Grey Host.
Indeed.
Your investigations uncovered that Ard Kadok's advisor, Lady Belaine, is working with the Grey Host, and that she's a vampire. To hide that from me takes great power. Tell me exactly what you heard during Rada al-Saron's conversation with her.
Lady Belaine mentioned her influence over the Ard and that Markarth would soon be full of Reach folk.
With your warning, Ard Kadok can decide what to do with Lady Belaine's advice in the future. As to why they care that Reach folk gather within the city, I'll need to think about that. Did you hear anything else of significance during their exchange?
Rada al-Saron said he needs something called the Arkthsan Keystone. He sent Belaine to find it.
Rodder tried to use dwarven devices once, but nothing came of it. Interesting. As I toured the city, I met Nolavan. He works with dwarven scrap in the southeast section of Markarth. Maybe he can lead us to this keystone before Lady Belaine acquires it.
Alright, I'll find Nolavan and ask him about the Arkthsan Keystone.
Despite occupying the ruins of their lost civilization, few Reach folk want anything to do with dwarven devices. That's why Nolavan intrigued me. While you deal with him, I'll seek out Arana's rebels. If I can't find them, they will surely notice me.
I thought you also wanted to talk to Ard Kadok.
And so I shall, briefly. Kadok has a city full of Reach folk to deal with, so I don't want to unduly distract him. Then I need to locate Arana. If we can get the rebels to work with us against the Grey Host, we'll have more than a fighting chance.
Sure enough. Alright. And with that, I will be calling the episode here. Thank you all for watching, and stick around for more of this Let's Play series. I hope you all have a good day and or night, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.